When you get lost in the woods and the wolves may be on your back, look for this Little Red Riding Hood themed house build. Perfectly situated in the heart of the dark oak woods, this cottage captures the enchanting essence of a fairy tale while blending seamlessly into shadowy surroundings. My name is Cybill Sixpence, and this build was inspired by Little Red Riding Hood, her wolf, and her grandmother. This build takes approximately 4 chunks and works in most forests such as the dark forests, the old-growth taiga, or just simply the spruce forests. Here is your materials list. Just pause the video, go get what you need, find the perfect spot, and let's get started. This build requires approximately 4 chunks of land. Terraforming and tree removal may be necessary to get it all in. With careful terraforming, you can change any space of land into something that looks incredible. Terraforming is not a difficult thing, it's just removing and replacing dirt blocks until you are satisfied. This could be taking away blocks or filling in holes. While you're removing dirt blocks, some stone blocks may become exposed. Take time to change those out with dirt blocks, or if you happen to have grass blocks, change it for those. As mentioned earlier, this is approximately a 4-chunk build. This is your floor plan. It's going to be approximately 19 by 16 once you add in the extended rooms. My foundation is made with mossy stone bricks, and I raised the foundation by another block. Since this is a dark oak forest, I've decided to use a lot of dark oak wood in my build. I have made the porch using dark oak slabs, and I'm going around the house in the corners with dark oak strip logs for pillars. Then I'm going to make another round of mossy stone bricks in stairs and in blocks and slabs to make a detail that reminds me of house gutters. Going back to the porch, I'm going to make some dark oak stairs and line that out with stripped dark oak logs. Then I'll wall the house with acacia planks. I am using a texture pack that makes the acacia planks look slightly different. I'm using Mitsuna 16. You might be using a different texture pack or none at all. I go in and I floor my house with spruce planks. This is just a suggested room layout with a kitchen and a bedroom, a common room, a hallway, and a closet that will be underneath the stairwell. You are free to make your own layout based on your needs. In this way, I can have my house, I can have my storage in the attic and have access to my room and kitchen pretty quickly. Or if you are playing on a server with multiple players, the upstairs can be used for additional bedroom use. Once I have my rooms planned out, I will be able to think better as to where my windows will be so that they're more functional to the room on the inside of the house. I will have a chimney that will go through the roof later, so I'm going to keep that in mind while I place my windows. Since I wanted this to be themed around Red Riding Hood, I've decided to use red nether brick to edge out the outline of my roof. I would imagine that grandmother's favorite color would be red, since she took the time to make a red cloak for our little Red Rider. On the primary part of the roof, I am using this combination of stairs and blocks to make a bell shape. I will change the alteration of my pattern slightly on the extended roof parts so that it's not quite as high and have a smaller bell shape. I will be using coordinated dark oak blocks in the stairs and the planks and the slabs to match the bricks as I move up the roof, and I'll fill that in on both sides. Once I do finish my roof, I do go back and remove that top brick beam across the whole roof and replace it with dark oak slabs. Once I have my roof filled in, I'll go back and I'll fill in the rest of the wall with acacia planks. Here I will be using my mossy stone bricks and my mossy cobble, both in stairs and in blocks, to create the chimney. Using the stairs in certain ways will make it look like there's some bricks missing. I'm using a hay and campfire to add that smoke at the top. The acacia wall is pretty tall, so I'm going to break that up with a beam using spruce stripped logs, and then I'm going to be using mossy cobble and some mossy cobble wall and some mossy brick wall and a lodestone with some brick stairs and some trapdoors to frame the windows out. To frame the top part of the house, I'm going to be using some oak planks and oak stairs, and just add that trim work in there. It's going to add some depth into that wall so it's not quite so much acacia, a little bit more details. Going around to all parts of the house and adding that same detail with the stones and the oaks and the walls. And then I'm going to add a trim of trapdoors around the bottom edge of the roof. Just to make grandmother's cottage just a little bit more hardy, I'm going to add another row of dark oak stripped logs around the whole house along with spruce stairs, and then add in a lot more detail with some more buttons. I'm using oak buttons. On my front porch, I'm going to be adding some campfires and extinguishing them, and then having that platform held up with spruce fencing. Go around my porch and add fencing in the details there as well. I'm going to be framing my upstairs windows with some spruce slabs and fencing, and then filling those windows in with yellow stained glass panes. Kind of adds a warmth to what's going on the inside of the house. I'm going to age the roof a little bit by strategically placing some different blocks in there that might not necessarily belong there, where we have a dark oak plank and replacing it with the stairs, replacing stairs where spruce should be, and it just really adds to the age of the house. Adding foliage definitely livens up the house. I'm choosing not to put in a whole lot of flowers and adding as much greenery as possible. I am using 3 different types of leaves like birch and spruce and mangrove. Adding additional details to the house walls, I'm going to bring in some iron bars to trim out my wall and then throw in some buttons. So where earlier we were taking out some trees, it's time to add those trees back in. I think grandmother's cottage is definitely out in the woods where wolves may live, and we want to make sure that there's ample of wooded area for the wolves to be happy in. Creating a pathway, we think that grandmother would be growing some potatoes and carrots for her beef stew. Along with the foliage and the carrots and the potatoes, she might also be growing some sweet berries randomly around her house. Adding in more pathway as you see fit to match your house depending on the terraforming that you created. I am using dried mud, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, and pathway block. Now, if Little Red Riding Hood can manage to get through the woods to her grandmother's house without getting eaten by the wolf, then you can too. This build is perfect for a cozy cottage for one or a cozy cottage for your friends. Nestle this little cottage in your most favorite wooded biome, and you'll be right at home. So tell me what you think. Would you build this in your world? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon!